Welcome back, everybody, to Kill Time. I'm Kane. This is TJ and Travis. We are back. I think this is episode 7. Am I right, guys?
I thought it was six.
Maybe it's 6. I don't know. I lose track because of all my YouTube
I think
videos
it's
and shit.
7. I think it's 7.
No, it's
But-
7. I missed 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 was me and you.
So then we are on 7. You may noticed we have a little bit of a different screen. We got an extra person here. And we have our first guest this week. We didn't release that we were doing it. We were trying to, but it was kind of last minute who we decided on, so I didn't have time to make anything promotional. But this week on our episode, we do have our first guest. It's a gentleman hailing from Sin City. He served our country, and he found himself here in Tennessee selling cars. He lives in Clarksville, in case anybody wants to dox him. But he's selling cars now. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir. This guy is Tory Arriola. Where are you from, and how did you get to Tennessee, buddy?
So, yeah, my name's
heavy
Troy.
applause.
As he introduced me a little bit earlier, I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. I joined the United States Army, which stationed me here in Tennessee at Fort Campbell. And me and the wife loved it so much, we just decided just to stay here, just enjoy our time in the nice actual 4 seasons. So,
Well, the Army explains the deep voice.
my apologies. I can't help
is
it.
That immediately
I
correlated?
need to sound tougher than I actually am. So,
You're fine, dude. Just talk however you know what to talk. But, yeah,
got
man,
that.
so we met through Beeman Ford, where I worked there for about a year and a half. I think you started in March? February. And we worked together for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months maybe, and then I left, but we stayed good friends. We still talk all the time. And the reason why we're having you on the podcast, man, is because you have an interesting story. I mean, we've only been friends for, 6, 7 months, whatever it is. And we became really close. I consider you a family member. I mean, we talk all the time. Not just that, about like just everyday conversation. I mean, like deep shit. Like we've always been able to rely on each other when somebody needed help, whatever. And that's actually half the reason why we started this podcast was me, Travis, and TJ all get along really well. We all talk. We've all been friends. We've all been able to count on each other for a long time. So basically, how I want to start this podcast is with a quick question for you. Other than introducing yourself, is what was your childhood like, and kind of what led you to getting into the Army, instead of say like college or like how high school went, whatever. Like what led you to get into the Army? What was your childhood like in that regard?
yeah, no, for sure, man. I didn't have a terrible childhood. It was just kind of like didn't know a real dad. Grew up with a stepdad who was a grumpy old Marine. Brother was in the Army. He was a combat engineer for a while, and now he's like 25 Charlie or something, just computer guy.
What does that mean?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
5 Charlie.
Yeah, it's your MO.
Well, that makes 4 of us.
Sick.
That makes all of us. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
like
glad.
in the military, you have MOS codes, which is like your job code.
Yeah.
So it's just like a code that you use to be like, this is what
So
I do.
like if somebody like odds are anybody in the military listens to this, they're probably fucking 0%. But now we know you, so you're gonna tell all your military friends. So will they
For
know?
sure.
Will they know what it means?
Yeah, probably not. Like coming from my world, we're always told that everybody else's job is to support ours. You know what I mean? So how much true that is, I really don't know. But yeah. So no, I don't know. No idea. But yeah.
So what predominantly led you to being in the military? Like, you said you had a grumpy old dad. Like, what was the deciding factor when you? Because did you graduate high school?
I did. I graduated early to join the military.
Okay, so you knew like well beyond you were going to the military. What made you decide that? Other than say like, if your dad influenced you or prior ancestors influenced you to joining the military, in what branch, and basically like what was your military code or whatever, if you're allowed to say that. I mean, I know you're not allowed to say a lot, but and how long you served in the military as well.
Yeah, so I served 4 years in the Army. I was an infantryman, aka an 11 Bravo, as most people won't know, but we do. But
I don't.
You don't, right? But no, really, it was growing up with military people in my family. My grandpa was Guatemalan Army, my dad was Marine, my brother's in the Army. I've always known I wanted to join the military and completely avoid the college route because I was a terrible student,
Yeah.
But also the
Feel that?
Vegas shooting, I was a terrible student.
Weren't you there?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
That's wild. So the Vegas shooting here. Slide this fucking this way. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not when I hand him the mic, but so the Vegas shooting was the giant. It was a big concert, right? Wasn't it Jason Aldean?
Route 91 concert had a whole bunch of different country artists.
Gotcha. So I'm sure everybody's aware of what that shooting was, but very large mass shooting in Las Vegas. Just to give a little bit of background, I don't want to like downplay this at all, but Troy and his now wife were attending this.
My ex-girlfriend.
Oh, ex-girlfriend. Sorry, wife wasn't there. Oh, I just got him in deep shit. That's fine. But so he was at this concert. So go ahead and break down that for me. Break down like what. I know it's a lot. If you don't feel comfortable talking about it, you don't have to. But feel free to open up. This is a safe place.
No, for sure.
And I know how much you love safe places.
Yeah, I absolutely love safe places
community.
along with our snowflake community. No, so I mean, it was just like any ordinary night. And just to go back on the concert thing, it's like for you people that go to like EDC or like Burning Man, a 3-day event.
What do you mean by you people?
You people.
It's
I would
2022,
love
buddy.
to
We're
go
good.
to EDC, man.
But it's like those kind of concerts, but for country music. And it was just like a 3-day event. And I think we skipped the first day, went on the second day, and maybe I don't even remember what day it happened on. I was so messed up from it. But yeah, we were just sitting in the concert, really enjoying music, and just chilling there and holding my ex-girlfriend closely. Sorry, wife, if you're listening. But I was just holding her right in front of me, and we had my cousin and her cousin there. And, it's like when you plug in an amplifier into something like a guitar into it goes brr, bah, bah, or like makes that weird popping noise.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was at first. But I grew up shooting guns, like I said, my whole life. And it took me a second, and I was like, holy fuck. Those are gunshots.
That's a more familiar noise
Yeah.
I think.
Then, yeah, I was like, holy shit.
That's got to be traumatic.
Oh, for sure. I mean, honestly, like,
realization.
it still haunts people to today, including myself. You know what I mean? But, like, you never forget gunshots. And you never forget the sound of a bullet passing you. You know what I mean? And it's just like, holy shit, this is happening. And then some stuff happened. And, yeah. It was definitely freaking nuts. You know what I mean? It was traumatizing. Like, me and my ex went home that night. And we were like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
My mom is a gangster, by the way. My mom's like the most straight up G person you'll ever meet in your life. She blew through 2 police barriers on the way to come pick us up. Yep. I remember making a phone call, and like, this isn't a hero story or anything, but I was like, hey mom, like, if I don't make it out, just know the girls are going to be fine. Yeah. Like, and that's factual. We can call her ass right now. But like,
That's factual.
You told me the in-depth story.
Said,
Yeah.
pull up the receipts.
it definitely was, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like,
Get the phone records.
So obviously at this time you weren't in the military like that. You just said that's what led you to get into the military.
That's what made me join the army.
Yeah, which is fucking wild to me that even at that, what we look at now as what a young age, how much you were, I guess, well trained in like what to do, where to go, like how to fucking protect who's around you when you're around them, and that's what's fucking wild. Because what you couldn't have been 18, 20.
Yeah, I literally just turned 18. Like, it happened in October of 2017. I turned 18 July 2017.
Like, that is fucking wild to me. I can't imagine,
Yeah,
like,
holy
me
shit.
at 18 being like, obviously, instincts kick in. You take care of, like, who you love and who's around you, etc. But, like, I just can't imagine being in one of those situations at 18. Like, it brings up, like, the Ariana Grande concert in London. Like, when all that shit went down. I mean, those are, like, 14, 15,
Yeah.
16-year-old girls. Yeah. How many guys do you think were actually in attendance at that? Like, it comes down to how do you know
that were dragged?
It's just crazy to think about.
Come on,
that.
bro.
At 18, you were able to control the situation as much as you possibly could. But being that situation led you into the military, do you think it had any influence into what you did in the Army, into what you wanted to do in the Army, and what you want to do right now?
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, I was actually joining the Marines before that. I was enlisted in the Marines, swore into the Marines and everything. And just a little bit back on the shooting, if I can, like, when everybody was running and freaking out, and this isn't bad on Marines. Marines are like, so real quick, just to justify, Marines are the dogs that you unleash during wartime. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
they are just fucking pit bulls. You point them in a direction, and they will fuck up everything in their path. Like, Marines are sledgehammers,
fuck
and the Army's the
around.
knife. You know what I mean? So, which shocked me during the shooting, because Marines are in their awesome, gorgeous dress blues, looking like thugs the whole time. You know what I mean? Like real life gangster shit. And you're like, yeah, man, those guys are dope. Until the shooting happened. And the only people I ever saw running out and grabbing people was the soldiers. Damn. In their dress blues. The only people I saw. And I had to run right past the tents. Damn. Those were the only ones. Police officers are hiding behind porta potties. And the soldiers are out in the middle of the fucking crowd. Trying to get people. Grabbing people, ripping off belts.
That's fucking wild.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Jesus.
Bro, I told you this kid's got fucking wild ass stories. Like, this kid's a year younger than me. Like, basically your guys' age. And he's lived like 10 lives for no fucking reason. He can barely walk. It's a twist.
Is it?
Yeah, if you can't get it, I can get it for you, Betty. Nice. Good job using your shirt, princess.
They didn't see it.
I knew Kane was gonna say something about it, bro.
I was waiting for it, bro.
So
I saw him grab the shirt, and I was like, "Oh, Kane started smirking."
I looked right down at him and went, "Oh yeah, this is my time to shine."
Kane's got that legend gene in him from his dad.
Facts.
Yes, sir. That was very similar right there.
If Paul sees one of us doing that, dude, we're getting dubbed.
It's over. It's over.
Bye.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
You might as well leave now because it's not going to be a good night.
He's on your ass for the evening.
My dad's actually coming down this weekend. We're filming next week's episode is going to be with my dad. He's supposed to be
I'm excited to have him on.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's supposed to be
bro.
this Friday, so next week's episode will have my dad on it, and I'm just so fucking stoked, dude.
I'm hyped.
I am so fucking pumped. Like, genuine happiness is over my face right now.
It's gonna be crazy.
So you said you were 11 Bravo, and that's infantry, correct? I think I heard that correct?
Yep, the infantry.
Okay, so obviously you can't talk too much about what you've done, whatever you did. But what can you tell us about, like, infantry? Like, you ruck, like, fucking 40,000 miles a day. Like, what is the average day of, like, let's say non-combat? Like, what you can talk about, what did you do?
Okay, so number one, just to justify, I've never done anything in my military career. One TDY to Texas for a year. The boys who went there know. I mean, the everyday life of an infantry soldier is like what I know as standard. You know what I mean? Like, I think DJ Shipley said it the best, and he's some famous Navy SEAL.
Definitely need to check out his podcast, by the way. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, so Sean Ryan.
Couldn't hear any of
Yeah,
that.
I can't. We couldn't hear you, but yeah, just move forward.
We get the message. I heard podcast.
Just waking up at 5:30, you know, PT for an hour, and just live your everyday life as a soldier. But like, I mean, PT was vigorous, you know what I mean? But it's what you expect the Army to be. You know, you'd have days where you're just like, hey, everybody go to the fucking pool and swim around and have fun. But then, yeah, some days you're rucking like 12 miles. We had what's called the Iron. I was a Rockathon, so we had like the Iron Rockathon 3187, blah, blah, blah.
What?
An Iron Rockathon. It was like my unit thing. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It's just what we're called.
All right,
387 Iron
GG.
Infantry Battalion.
All right. Yeah.
But so
I was
we
trying
used to
to
call it
keep
the
up.
Rockathons because of like certain wars and stuff and battles and stuff.
Certain battles and stuff, you know, like history, man. I remember it was actually recently when we went and picked up Banks. This is the gentleman we got our devil dog from.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so basically, I remember when we went over there, we were talking just like different, like just fucking gun shit because you're obviously drastically into guns for some reason. Couldn't be the military background.
None.
And we were talking about, I can't remember exactly how we got on this conversation, but we were watching like dumb military videos of like shit, like gore shit. And you're like talking about like carrying like an M80 or whatever the fuck, the giant machine gun, and you're like reenacting carrying it. And you fucking bring it up your back and you like throw it over and you fucking like go to jump and you're like, so basically you're full on swan diving with a fucking 80-pound fucking machine gun with 100 pounds of ammo on you, and it takes all the wind out of you, and you just have to sit there and be like, the whole time when you have no breath.
So you're talking about when you're in place
Built different, man.
with the 240 Bravo.
Okay, sorry. So obviously I missed the key details of that conversation. I focused in on jumping with a fucking machine gun that I thought was awesome. And that's just like kind of the wild shit. Like, I guess being in the military, even when you don't do shit, like you learn all the fucking cool shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Praise to you, bro, because I don't know, you wouldn't catch me doing that. You know what I mean?
I mean, how many 18-year-old kids can say they've thrown grenades and shot anti-tank missiles?
Can you repeat that, Mike, sir?
How many 18-year-old kids can say they've thrown grenades and shot anti-tank missiles and all that shit?
I can tell you 3 that can't.
Yeah.
Minimum. Yeah.
I was gonna say minute. Yeah, right.
A minimum of 3 is the number. Guys, do you have any questions up to this point for Troy right now off the top of your head? Like, because I have a bunch lined up, and I don't want to be the only one basically interviewing this fucking guy.
I got one. So you said you were stationed in Tennessee for it. So how did you become a car salesman? Was that the only job you could get? Like, is that something you wanted to do?
No, so that's actually a funny story within itself. So I bought a car from somewhere in Clarksville. Avoid buying any vehicles in Clarksville to anybody out there in the world. Anyways,
Understood.
I really
Don't say that. You might work there one day.
fuck them. Anyways, so there's this gentleman named Jordan, and I needed a truck really, really bad.
That's our boy, by the way. Just
Yeah.
tossing it out there.
Jordan's our boy, and he made the relationship so good from buying a car from him. He helped me out so much. I felt so comfortable. I called him a month later. I was like, "Hey, man, I get out of the Army in 6 months, and I'm gonna need a job." I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. No clue. Like, I was just getting thrown back into the civilian worlds. Like, hey, buddy, you're just leaving everything you know since you've been 18 years old. Like, this is the only world you know, and you're going back to the normal people world. I was like, yeah, cool, roger that. And so called Jordan up, and he's like, yeah, man, when can you start? I was like, January 27th. He's like, that's a long way away. I was like, yeah. And I actually interviewed October.
Yeah, like mad early, because we were all like, when's this guy starting?
Yeah, I interviewed October. Actually, that's in a couple of days. So it was like October 18th is when I interviewed, and I got hired on. I didn't start till January 28th or February something.
Yeah, it was like February.
Yeah,
because it was processing or whatever.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Bro, this is just another example of what I'm talking about. Like, everything happens for a reason, man.
Facts, dude. Sure. So, when Troy was first hired, Jordan obviously took him on, trained him a bit. And we were actually talking about this today with one of the salesmen at GMC. Is basically Jordan kind of trained him a little bit, like taught him the basics, but like it was basically like here, throw him to the fucking wolves, like kind of how me and you were brought on, Travis. And like I remember like going through that situation, being like, man, I wish fucking, because Jordan was the same way. We were thrown in, and nobody was like, hey, this is how you do this. This is how you answer the phone. This is how you fucking read a pencil. This is how you overcome this objection. Until we were like 2 or 3 months in, when they finally started making some management changes, and I basically fucking like took Troy. And I don't even know what it was. We were literally sitting. You came to me and asked me, you're like, hey, can you help me out with this? And I was like, yeah. And we went over and we sat in the fucking corner. And we were probably there for like 2 hours. Yeah. Just fucking, I was just like giving him everything that I had for like whatever this pencil was. And being like, okay, so in this situation, you do this. Let's try it. Do it. All right, try it again. Do it. Try it again. Do it. Try it again. Until he fucking nailed it. And then we'd move on to the next. And it was just like over time, I just kept helping him. And that's honestly how we really got close. Is like he was like, man, thank you so much for being a fucking genuine human being, helping somebody out when like I could be taking your money. You know what I mean? Because in reality, every salesman wants every other salesman to fail. As much as we say, oh, I want everybody to get their bag, because I do. I personally want everybody to fucking be able to survive, make their money, whatever. And that's why I helped them out. But most salesmen are like, I'm gonna get my bag. I don't give a fuck. If somebody asks me for help, like, I'm screwing them over, I'm telling them the wrong thing to do so they get fucked and whatever. And that's really how me and Troy became friends. And I don't really know where it exploded from there, but we hung out like 3 or 4 times, went to Topgolf, hung out here. And it just, I don't know, being at work, like, you, from when you were first hired, you opened up, like, after that. Oh, for sure. Like, 2 or 3 weeks, you just really opened up outside of, like, Jake and Jordan. And yeah, he's just a really fucking cool guy, man. You did mention, I'm trying to think of what you said to lead into this, was like military stories and shit about how you got into the car business. I'm trying to think of what you just said.
So he had called the guy he bought the truck from?
No. It was like right before that.
Don't buy a car in Clarksville.
No, I can't remember. I'm just going to move past it. It was like a good way to lead into shit. But one of the things in the military, man, is you've suffered a ton of injuries. Like, not not necessarily like, oh, you broke your fucking leg or whatever, but like long-lasting shit, even in your short time in the military. How has that affected your life today? Like, what side effects are you seeing today? Like, from whatever you did, even just in Texas, Tennessee, like what shit that you're going through right now with your body?
No, for sure, man. And that's a huge misconception of like the whole military world and everything is like if you haven't deployed, you haven't been injured, right? But that's not entirely true because there's always mental injuries and then there's just physical attributes that we put our body under so much stress all the time that it really does affect your actual health. You know what I mean? So, statistically, for every 1 year you're in a combat MOS in the United States military, your body ages 4 years faster than the average person does.
Have you seen those pictures of like?
Yeah, the World War pictures.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude, that shit's wild.
Yep. But that's 4 years of continuous, like combat.
Still,
you know what I mean? No, for sure. But
That's
no,
wild.
both my knees are not the greatest. There's obviously people out there with way worse injuries than me. You know what I mean? Like Jason Redman, face. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, and so my knees, my back. I was in a stupid Humvee accident where we had a driver was driving over. Humvees are not fast vehicles at all. They are very, very dense. Very dense. Well, apparently they're not.
Dense.
They're apparently not denser than a concreted-in mailbox. And I was sitting in the back of the troop carrier one, so it has these poles. It's just an open back, but it has poles with a tent over it.
Yeah.
And I was leaning against one of the poles while they were driving. And all of a sudden, I was like, doop, doop. I was like, that's weird. Boom, and we hit it. I didn't know at the time, but it was a concreted-in mailbox. And it snapped me like in a U shape around the pole. And I just got up, and I was like, wow, that hurt, like whatever. And Sergeant Maddox, his face is covered in glass from the mirror. The mirror snapped backwards and shattered in his face. So he's like gushing blood, and he's got glass in his face. So we're like picking out with our camelbacks, flushing water out of his face. But yeah, so that actually herniated 2 discs in my spine, and it compressed from a vertebrae to where it like blew out the discs completely out of my spine. Yeah, so that
Holy
shoulder
shit.
injuries, but that's just from carrying super heavy weight and understanding like quitting's not an option. Even at
You gotta keep going.
yeah,
You don't have a choice.
it doesn't matter. Like even at the low level of just being a normal infantry guy, you know what I mean? There's special forces dudes that are up here that number one, they're unbelievable dudes. Them are heroes all the time. Yeah. But like even at the low infantry, man, like you just can't give up. It doesn't matter what you do. You just don't stop. You know what I mean? And then you have the mentality of like, I don't want to tell anybody I'm hurt because then they're gonna pull me out of my job. Yeah. And I love my job.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you've done.
That's tough.
Go ahead, guys. Do you guys have anything to say?
No, I just said that's tough.
Oh, so like, obviously your back injuries and stuff have affected you throughout your life. I mean, I honestly don't think you can. At least when we met, you couldn't bend down and touch your toes without fucking like sheer pain or like laid down. Like if you're sitting up and like, I don't really know what position it's called, but if you're like literally on the ground, legs out, sitting up, you can't slowly lay back and like fucking pick your legs up because your back hurts so bad. So over the multiple stories you told me, many people know, some nobody knows. As a true friend and a person like I consider family, have you ever been open about the drastic life changes that the military has brought on and the Army has brought on to you in terms of, say, mental illness, PTSD, and kind of what that means for you today and what that does for you in the civilian world?
Yeah, so I mean, me and you were discussing this earlier when I came to see you at work. Is like mental health is a huge problem in the military. I think our suicides up in the military are extremely higher than they were a year ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have a job, let's bring it back to car sales, right? Yeah. You have a job, you're making your $2,500 a month as a trainee, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a clear glass in front of you because you can see everything that's going on in the showroom. For 4 years, you're training to go out there and sell cars. Yeah. You're ready now for it. Let me out of the cage. No, you're not ready. Let me out of the cage. No, it's not your turn to go. Let me out of the cage. No, you're not ready. But for 4 years, I'm building hatred and just like for 4 years, you're building up so much anger, aggression, and just understanding of what you're going to do, what your job is, that you never get to unleash it. You know what I mean? PTSD is a huge thing in the military community. Huge thing. Absolutely huge thing. Like, nobody really understands why. I mean, we understand why, but nobody really gets, like, how it affects every person, you know, because it affects everybody differently. Some people are just good. They can go to the grocery store and just be like, oh, whatever, somebody dropped a pan. And then there's dudes who are taking dives into water bottles and toilet sections because something went off behind them. Like, what just happened? You know what I mean? Like, dudes are permanently messed up in the brain. But like I was telling you earlier, like, me and my wife had a pretty serious conversation about something about, like, hey,
what do I got to do to stay in this box?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to elaborate on that, feel free.
Yeah. So, like, I was going through something pretty hard, you know, a month ago or something. And me and my wife were having a conversation. And I don't break down and cry very often or much at all. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not how I was raised. Like, the guy's always making the money, going to work, coming home.
Yep.
Dinner better be, you know, like, I was raised that way.
Emotion.
I don't think life that way, you know what I mean? But so I was going through something pretty dark, and I told my wife pretty much, I was like, hey, I'm going to kill myself. And that's not an attention grabber. That's not like, oh my God, Troy needs help, whatever. No, it's not like that. I'm just putting it out there so other people can be aware of, like it's okay to fucking talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's not pulling away your goddamn man card. Fucking call someone. Because I literally told my wife straight to her face that I was going to kill myself. And we had a huge discussion of, like, I don't have a hobby. I don't have anything. I don't like anything. I hate going out in public, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So we disguised it as, like, I have a box. And whatever is in this box is going to save my life. What the fuck's in it? Yeah. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah. So, Travis, this is for all three of us. TJ, I'm sure you can attest to this too with college and your job. And a lot of people like my father and people in the older generations, grandparents, parents, whatever, go to work, go home, go to sleep. They work for the paycheck. And the three of us can 100% attest to doing 55, 60-hour weeks, making fucking the bag and coming home, working 6 days a week, whatever, and being like, what the fuck do I do now when we have a day off or whatever? And that's not like me, Travis, TJ, Troy fucking being, oh, boo-hoo, woe is me. That's just us having the reality and the fucking consciousness to say, man, I don't want to fucking do that the rest of my life. Yes. Like, half the reason why we started this podcast, the 2 Kill Time podcast, the TKT podcast, was to get on here and fucking tell our story, to tell what we go through every day, what's going in our mind, to get into deep conversations, stupid conversations, to make our lives easier, to have that decompressor every week, to talk about what happened, to have other people in our lives know, like, hey, it's okay to fucking talk about what's going on. And that's really the reason why I wanted to have you on, is not just because you have a great story, but because you're open enough to fucking tell people, hey, it's okay. Like, I'm going through shit. You're going through shit. Travis has fucking mental health issues. TJ has mental health issues. I have mental health issues. Like, I was raised much like you were, in the fact of, hey, the man does this, they pay the bills, they fucking go to work every day, the woman stays home or whatever. Not that the woman stays home. My mom worked her whole life. She's one of the hardest working women I've ever met, alongside Travis's mom and TJ's mom. The 3 hardest working women I know in my life are fucking our 3 moms.
And that's fact. I mean, that's not even just us,
like going down to the fact of, I don't want Haley to work when she's fucking 50, 55, 60. Like, I don't fucking want that. You don't want that for Vit. Travis doesn't want that for Lindsay. TJ doesn't want that for Lily. Like, it comes down to the fact that we were raised in a very similar way in that aspect. And sitting here thinking, like, I got to be tough. Like you said, I don't cry all the time. Haley will tell you how many times, like, I've opened up and cried. Like, just listen to a song. Like, Saturday nights when we all get together, fucking chill, we'll go to fucking bed and I'll still be listening to music and I'll just fucking cry. Just to cry. Because, like, when else do I have a chance? Like, yeah, I might be fucking drunk and might be more emotional, whatever, but it's okay to fucking open up about that. I never thought that I would have anxiety or depression. Yeah. Since I've moved here, I've realized, like, hey, it's not just that you're scared, it's fucking anxiety, and it's really fucking bad. Like, you're not just scared for whatever's coming, and it made me realize, like, when I was in high school, bro, I played baseball every year. It did not matter if it was me going to practice, me going to a game, me going to a tryout, me going to an open gym. I would get the worst fucking anxiety. Like, I would fucking feel sick to my stomach nervous as shit for no fucking reason. Going to practice, going to a game before I went out to a mound visit, to pitch, to hit, whatever. Like, and now I realize that as an adult that's okay. Like, people fucking understand that. When I was a teenager, I used to look at people like, my sister has really severe mental issues. Not mental issues, but mental health issues. Excuse me. And she used to take pills, melatonin, and just wanted to clarify that. Yeah. Melatonin to sleep, like severe mental health issues. And I used to always think, man, like taking a pill to like feel happy, to me, like for me it isn't it. For me it isn't it, but it's okay for other people to do it. I used to look down on it, and now I don't, because like I grew up and I realized what is fucking real here. Like, for me, taking a pill, I can't do it. I find happiness in other things. Like you said, what's in your box? We talked about it today for a good 30, 45 minutes. My box is this: making the podcast, streaming every day, fucking making YouTube videos. Like, that's my fucking box. Haley will tell you, I've told Stream, I've told my viewers, I've told my community thousands of times. The reason I do this every day, as much as it's for you, it's for me. It's my escape from everything in the world, and I hope me doing it provides that fucking escape for you guys. That one viewer that might come in and be like, fuck, I needed this. I'm there every fucking day for 2.5 years. I'm the guy that, oh, fucking thank God, there's one thing that I know is going to be there today, and I can fucking count on it today. Like, that's huge. Yeah. Travis and TJ, I want you guys to open up a little bit about your mental health issues if you want. If you don't feel comfortable, don't worry about it. But I would just like this to be like a whole little segment here, because we've all struggled with shit in the past, and I just want to give you guys a chance to talk to Troy about it, talk to the viewers about it. I'm going to hand him the mic, and I'm just going to sit back and listen.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like all of us now are such mental health advocates, because, I mean, I'm not totally sure, but when I was growing up, it was almost everyone kind of thought mental health wasn't really a thing. It was always be a man up, get over it, you'll be all right, dust it off. And, that shit takes a toll after a while. And then once you start to get older and realize that anxiety, depression, that shit'll eat away at you worse than being physically sick.
No, for sure. And, I mean, it absolutely does.
Yeah, like that. No one really talks
that's something that I've dealt with the past, actually, years, since last May. So obviously Troy wouldn't know this. Like, ever since May, like March, April, around that time last year, dude, like I've had such anxiety for no reason. Like, even at work now, like I'm a car salesman of 3 months, I think. To today marks my 3 months. Anyways, like, random panic attacks, dude. Like, I don't know what to do. I'll literally like crawl up in Lindsay's arms sometimes because I literally just can't handle it. Like, and I don't know what it's from. Most of my life, I kept shit bottled up, and that's just like the wrong thing to do. But as TJ said, like, I'm a completely different person than I was even a couple of years ago. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't believe in that because I didn't experience it before. I was like, not that I didn't believe in it. I didn't know
really how it does. No one will really get it until you go through it yourself, and then it clicks, and you're like, oh shit.
Well, it's also just like everybody's soft. Why are they going through this? Like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. And then it happens to you, and you're like, holy fuck. Yeah, like, I'm sorry for everything I've ever done. And that's a huge thing with everybody is you grow up, hey, man, just be a fucking man. Just do this. Like, pain for me now is equivalent to everything across the board. I get a splinter, cut my hand wide open on a knife. It's just pain. You know what I mean? But emotional damage is not that, man. It is not.
Yeah, we were just talking about that right before the podcast. You were talking about pain tolerance, and it's more than that. Like you said, like, you get a splinter, you fucking cut your hand. Like, I have a scar on my knee, I have a fucking scar on my face, I have a scar on my fucking hand. And you can ask fucking them, like, I got the scar on my fucking face. Like, I hopped up, fucking, I'm not going to get into the story now. Like, I want that to be its own thing. But, that all happened, I refused to go get stitches until the next fucking afternoon. I went to Haley's grandparents for literally to say goodbye to her whole family. And they were like, you need to go get stitches. Like her uncle's a nurse or a doctor. I think he's a nurse. And he was like, no, you need to do that now. Like you're at the point where they might not give you stitches and you're going to be fucked. And so I went and got stitches. And like, I actually looked at a clip the other day from stream of when I first turned my face cam back on. And I was like, holy shit, my scar was fucking gnarly. Like now, like to me, like I don't really notice it's there that often. And like, I can't picture my face without it. And when I see like an older picture, I'm like, damn. And then I see that clip. I was like, holy fuck, it was bad. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, I'm fucking good. But like you said, the mental health thing, like, when me and Haley first moved here, I came to the realization, like, throughout college and throughout, like, just majority of high school, like, I just wasn't happy. Like, I was happy playing sports, and that was fucking it. Like, once that was taken away from me when I went to college, like, it shouldn't say taken away. I got fucking fat and did it to myself. But, like, once that, like, got out of my life, I was like, man, I don't know what I fucking find happiness in anymore. And then I found fucking gaming and streaming and content creation and my fucking friends. And, like, Haley would be like, what is wrong? Because I would come home pissed. Like, and I'm the positive guy at work all the time. Like, I'm that fucking, like, shining fucking light as much as I can be and try and fucking help other people. And I would come home fucking miserable and just hate my fucking self. Put on a smile for fucking stream and go on, and I'd be like, yo, fuck this shit. And she'd be like, what's wrong? I'd be like, I'm not fucking happy. She's like, what do you mean?
Bro.
I'm not fucking happy. And
bro, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, it gets easier to mask it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets easier to put that fake smile on, put that fake personality. But meanwhile, it's just adding up.
It's fucking
in
knocking
the brain,
on the
you
door
know?
the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Well, and like
Yeah.
Kane, obviously, like, so me and you have played basketball like countless times.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to count. But like me and TJ, like that's something that me and TJ got close over. That's how we met. And like Kane came down the same day. But like, dude, the amount of times me and TJ have been like depressed and we'll hit up each other and like, let's go shoot hoops for like, I don't even know, all day, every day.
Hours.
So
Till-
like, it's definitely tough, dude. Moving to Plattsburgh, like, going back to the box thing a little bit. I went through a time where I didn't like to do anything. I didn't like sitting here, but I didn't like going out. I didn't want to just sit here and play games. Like I couldn't find myself.
Yeah.
And
like
the
that-
one thing I had to do was like play ball because that's the only thing I've ever loved.
Yeah, and that's my thing now, man, is like I've come so accustomed to playing like games with other people. Like playing solos is so tedious, and I'm finally starting to get back into it of just playing games by myself. But like you said, it comes down to being open about it. And I'm not like, I don't talk to anybody about my shit ever. Like even today, like I don't fucking
Yeah.
hit up my dad. I don't hit up my mom. I don't hit up you guys and be like, man, I'm fucking having a shit day. Like I'll fucking call you guys and vent and be like, yo, fuck this guy. But I won't be like, man, I'm fucking sad. Like I am in trouble mentally right now.
I don't know about you guys, but the only person that really hears what's going the fuck on is my girlfriend.
Yeah. Same.
Everyone else will just know bits and pieces of what I feel like sharing.
Yeah, like I
Going
don't.
off of that a little bit, the bad part about that, like for me,
They use it
like
against
Lindsay,
you.
Lindsay knows more about me than anyone else. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell my mom I'm struggling. Like for
can't.
all of us, we all have
No,
this
especially
show-
my mom. I'm not gonna tell her shit.
Can't
Well,
do
yeah,
it,
and
man.
like for all of us, dude, we all have the chip on our shoulder to be that like the rock of the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
going off of that, Travis, is one of the biggest, most toxic things I was ever raised and told about was if I die without having a son, is my last name won't live on. And I say it's toxic because I fucking think of that shit every fucking day.
Like a son.
Because, yeah, if I don't have a son, my last name dies.
it's true.
I have no brothers. I am the youngest wilder on the planet.
Oh, holy shit.
So if I
Wow.
die without a son, my last name dies.
It's true.
And even though,
That's-
like,
that's
yeah, it's toxic,
scary
whatever,
for no
it
reason.
is. But, like, I don't think of it as that. It's like, holy shit, like, if I die without a son, my last name is here. So, like you said, chip on your shoulder. Like, I think of that all the fucking time.
Dude, I think of
And-
it every day when I wake up.
And my
So
sisters...
Wilder
Yeah,
legacy.
fact. Like, my sisters are strong, and they do a lot for where they are in life and what has happened to them throughout their life. But I've always felt like I'm the fucking guy. Like, I gotta fucking make it. Like, I gotta do something. And we've talked about that. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. I feel like I gotta be that guy. And that's why I don't talk to people about my shit. That's why I don't fucking do anything. That's why I stream every day, because I want to be that person for somebody else. So,
See, I have that. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I have that same exact problem because I feel like as hard as it is, you feel like you look weak.
yeah, like,
Explaining,
and that
like-
that
That's exactly
goes
what
back
it
to the masculinity shit that we were just talking about. Is
Yeah.
it comes down to being raised that way. And I personally, this is
definitely.
my personal thought. You can think whatever the fuck you want. You can think it's toxic masculinity or whatever. I think that's how the way I was raised, and us three or us four were raised, is the way we should have been raised, because it made us who we fucking are, and we're able
Yeah.
to talk about it today. In our live chat, I've missed a bunch of chats, but that's okay. Brian stopped in and said, "Are you guys talking about depression as a whole, or did something specific start it?" It's just a topic we're talking about in this podcast. Is because, again, I think we were raised in the proper way because it made us all who we are. TJ, you grew up essentially without a father for the most predominant years of your life. Travis,
Yeah.
the same way. Troy, you grew up with a dad. You guys had your own specific relationship. And I grew up with a loving father and loving mother that I've had. And I couldn't be more grateful for that, because I don't have another friend that I can genuinely say that, hey, my fucking parents love each other. They're still together. They're still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't name another friend that I have that way. And I'm so grateful for that. And if it wasn't for my parents, your mom and dad, and your mom and your mother and father, like, we wouldn't be who we are, man. And if I was raised in a different way, I wouldn't be who I
See,
am.
That's wild to me because besides Travis, everyone in my life has had that
Really?
loving mom, dad. Oh yeah. I mean, obviously
Like,
a few
I mean,
outliers,
like,
but
my best friend Brian has a mother and a father, but like, when I was always around, it was always something going on. The dad was always somewhere, and that isn't me like airing out
Yeah.
their shit. That's just like me as a fucking 13-year-old, like, observing what was going on
noticing.
around. Like,
Yeah.
oh, dad's at church till fucking 3 p.m. or whatever. And I love Doug, and I love his mom, and I love Brian to death. Like, they over anyone. Like, that's the fucking guy I'm gonna go to, no matter how many times he fucks me over or I fuck him over. It has not mattered in our friendship over 22 years. Like, if I need him, he calls me, he texts me. I love him to death. And again, it just comes down to, if your mom was in a different situation, do you think you would be in a different situation? Do you think your life would be different? If Travis, if your dad never got sick, do you think, you know what I mean? Like, think about how much of an impact those things have on people. And
I have actually thought about this. Like, what if I did have like that, stereotypical, household, I guess.
yeah.
I just don't think I would have as much as like the grind or
Yeah,
like
I don't-
want to be better. You know
Bro,
what I mean? Like almost
That's
like
why I'm
too
so
pampered.
thankful for my parents, because even though I grew up with that quote unquote picture fucking perfect shit, my mother and father are two of the hardest fucking working people on this fucking earth. And they instilled in me, like, you do fucking right
Heavy.
every single fucking time. Doesn't matter if it's fucking money, who you're talking to, fucking what you stand to benefit. You fucking help them as much as you fucking can. And like, one thing when we went home is Haley's parents always said, or Haley's mom, when we were just home in July, was like, oh, Haley would have never fucking been in the place she is now if it wasn't for you. And it's like, nah, that's fucking bullshit, because the shit fucking she went through as a fucking adolescent teenager, like, she was gonna fucking make it either way. I just fucking pointed her in a direction, was like, hey, this is the way I'm going. You can follow or get fucked.
Tag along.
And that
Enjoy.
isn't like a shot on her or me being a dick. That's just, it's, hey, like, this is the direction I'm fucking going. This is what I'm gonna do. And she's been the best fucking person I could have ever asked for it. And it comes down to that. I think we can all attest to that situation with our fucking significant others.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
I feel like I haven't talked.
Dude, it's nice when you both see that vision of just, moving forward together and not like growing as people and not just like relying heavily on each other to grow. You know what I mean? Like still being able to like grow as individuals together.
Right.
It's I don't know. It's just
So I'm gonna use
hard
this
to
to
find
transition out of this fucking depressive shit.
yeah.
So we're all in significant relationships. You're fucking married somehow. I've been with Haley for fucking 8.5 years. Travis,
You're
how long have you
basically
been with
married.
Lindsay?
A year and 5 months.
That was a hesitation, sir. You better hope she doesn't listen to this long into the episode. TJ, how long have you been with Lily?
It will be 2 years in November.
So I'm going to ask you all this question. Troy, I'm going to hand you the microphone first. We've all had our ups and fucking downs.
1 year, 5 months.
We have all had our fucking problems.
Safe.
Like, I mean, me and Haley have been on the cusp of breaking up multiple
yeah.
times. Even since we moved here, like, shit's happened. And it's not even, like, serious arguments. Like, at this point, it's little arguments and shit leads to one thing to another, whatever. Tell me, what have you done, or sorry, what has she done to make your life better?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
What has my wife done to make my life better? Man, that's a lot. Like,
That's a hard question.
it's a lot because if we're gonna dive back, I mean, just a hair backwards into the depression and all that shit. Like, I wake up in the morning, I hate my fucking life. I stand up and I'm like a fucking penguin. I can't feel my feet. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I waddle like I'm fucking retarded.
Never mind.
So I wake up, can't feel my feet.
That's not funny, but like,
But like, and I hate my life for it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm 23 years old. I have this, and this wrong with me. You know, I don't like to believe it's a real thing, but it is. And my wife sits there in bed and she laughs at me. She's like, "Hey, Mr. Waddles, what are you doing this morning?" And as much as that's like a shit talk, it makes me laugh. You know what I mean? You're just like, whatever. And then now you have a smile on your face. You know what I mean? And then so now for the rest of your day, you started with a fucking smile.
Yeah, like, how many people can say that, bro? Every day.
Kane, sorry, couldn't hear you.
I just said how many people can say that. I'm just going off of the story.
Oh, no, yeah, you're good. It broke in and out.
But nobody can say they wake up every morning and have a smile on their face. I fucking can, because a woman out there puts up with more fucking shit in this world than anybody else. Not shit on anybody else's wife or girlfriend, but my wife puts up with the shit. Being in public and like,
That's not a fucking lie. I've been there multiple times, dude. He is something fucking else with his wife, dude.
like it is brutal. Like, and we went to Nashville I don't go out. You know that. I have the biggest, like, not fear. I just get full of anxiety when I go out in public places. So I don't go out. The first time we went out, I got in a fight by myself against 2 other dudes. And she had to deal with the fact that I literally said, "If you don't get off of me, I'm going to kill you." Not screamed it, not didn't it, calm as day, and meant every single fucking word of it. And she literally was like, "Holy shit, somebody grab my fucking husband and get him the fuck off of him. He's going to do this."
He's better fuck
This
him
doesn't.
up.
I don't know anything about Vit's past, but like, she's like mentally fucking strong, dude. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be married to Troy.
No.
Like, you guys don't know him well, but
I couldn't be married to me.
it's fucking
No.
wild, bro.
Well, I think that's another thing we have in common, though, is like, dude, I do love Lindsay, but that's because, like, she puts, like, I have a fucking temper on me, man. Like,
Yeah, holy
TJ
shit,
and
dude.
Kane know. Obviously, you don't know us. But, like, dude, the smallest thing will tick me, like, off
You're a
so
little
bad.
hot-headed.
You know what I'm
You're a
saying?
little hot-headed. Just a tad.
So, like, she deals with it, and she's helping me grow as a person, which isn't her job, but that's the reason why it makes the relationship worth it. Is like, she helps me a lot more than I help her. I wish I could help her more, but she's already ahead of me. You know what I mean? She's more grown. Like, there's nothing I can tell her.
Yeah, like,
that
she's
gonna
fucking
do better.
adult and she
doesn't
looks
know.
like, not that she
Yeah.
looks down on
Yeah.
you, but it's, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, "Come on, Travis."
Right. Yeah, she's like, dude, get your shit together.
Yeah, and you're like, "Bitch, I'm trying."
Yeah, like, dude,
Dude, that's
Yeah.
the thing with Lily, man, is even
ahead.
like I'm stuck in that grind, you know, just go and then I get gassed out or I lose focus or you know, something takes over where I'm just like I can't fucking keep going. She's always right there being like, "Yeah, you can." Even with her being a fucking nurse and doing 8 times the workload that I'm even thinking about doing, she's still somehow consistently every morning and every night. And yeah,
So,
can't appreciate her.
gentlemen, women are the most resilient creatures on this earth, right?
Easily.
Statistically, scientifically, verbally, mentally, whatever you want to fucking say, they're resilient, right? In the army,
I'm so glad that you used the word
Resilient.
creature, because
Creatures.
every time I answer the phone when she calls, dude, I'll say, "Hey, my beautiful creature," because that's what she is. She's a fucking
Creature.
gorgeous creature. You know what I mean?
for sure. But I had a question for you, Travis, about the hothead thing, man. And this is like not putting you on the spot because I want to
You're
know if
good.
you're exactly like me. The smallest fucking thing will set you off to a million.
Dude, I mean, I lived with Kane for 4 years in college, and like,
No wonder.
Lindsay, if you're listening, I love you, but I used to have this ex named Lily, and dude, it was toxic, man. And one time, like, I was arguing with this guy over sports, and my ex girlfriend at the time commented on something, and he called her. Can we swear on her, bitch?
Yeah.
We swear all the time.
Yeah, what? We swear.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, and I bugged out. Like, you know, Kane was trying to calm me down. I slammed the door in Kane's face. Like, it wasn't me. Like, I obviously care about Kane. I didn't do it intentionally, but like,
I fucking flung over the door. I was like, bro, you better watch the fuck out. Like, listen, you need to calm the fuck down.
so yeah, like, it really is the smallest things that will take me off. But I hate to keep going back to it, but it's because I kept so much stuff bottled up throughout my life that, like, dude, I black out. I really do.
100%. That was my question for you, is because, like, me, if it's super serious, like world's about to end shit, I'm like calm as day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude, I'm chilling and I'm numb.
I think it's because it's like when it's a real world fucking large thing. I've thought about this 1,000 times because I'm the same way. So when shit bothers me, like it's like, all right, let's relax. All right, you need to stop. And then it's like, okay, third time, like it's on fucking sight. And
Game
it very
time.
rarely ever gets to the third time, but it happens. And I think it's genuinely because when it's a big situation, I can sit back and be like, oh, there's all this information. Let me soak that fucking in and be like, okay, yeah, I can solve this. Like, this is fine. This is a problem like we can take over time. When it's something little, I'm like, God fucking damn it. How do I fix this? And I just get so fucking pissed. I think that's why.
Yep. But like, if you're walking past a door and your belt loop gets stuck in the fucking door handle, I'm
It's on-
obliterating that fucking
I
door.
was getting shit rocked.
It's
Oh my God,
done
this
so.
reminded me of a story, dude. So this is when we had Jake, Boston Terrier, probably for like 3 years. So we replaced the back door like, I don't know, fucking however long ago. Now it's fucking purple. So we replaced the back door, and my parents don't know this. So if you're listening, please don't fucking listen. I let the dog out, and I'm going to school, and I'm the only one home, so I let the dog out. I'm fucking standing on the back porch, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's ready to go, and I come to the fucking back door, and I turn the handle, and the door's fucking locked. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? Can't get it open. I'm the only one home. I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm locked out. It's done. Like, it's on site. I'm going to school with nothing.
done.
Like, so I fucking walk around. Luckily, the front door, for some reason, my mom didn't lock it after she left. Thank God. So I get back in the front door, and I go to the fucking back door. That motherfucker was unlocked. I unloaded on the door, dude. I fucking pow. You could still see my knuckles in the back door. If you've ever noticed the back door, you can see like 4 little circles. That's my fucking knuckles, dude. I unloaded on that bitch. I was like, I was probably 15, and I clocked it. I was
That's
pissed,
incredible.
dude. But yeah, anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to get fucking sidetracked. I had to tell that story. I've never told that story to anybody in my life. First here.
But anyway, to sum it up a little bit, I do actually try relentlessly to like control my anger because I know it makes me that much worse of a person than who I know I can be. but it's difficult, man. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life.
And it will forever be
get the-
hard, brother. But it's the road you must travel. That was philosophical
That was
shit.
that was
Damn.
fucking
Did
Yoda
we end the
type shit.
podcast on that? They gave me chill.
Yeah, thank you. See you next week. My God, how do we?
Christ. Fucking.
Keep that
No,
one in
dude,
store.
I get so pissed driving.
Oh my
That's when
god, bro.
That's when I fucking.
I got road rage like a motherfucker, dude.
All right, so all four of us do not fuck around.
It's the reason why I no longer carry my AR in my car, actually. So
I'd shit my pants, bro. Someone pulls up next to me.
Fucking
full
just
AR.
fucking whips it out next to him.
It's the smoke.
I'd
Yeah.
be like, why is Rambo driving next to me? What the fuck, dude?
All right, I have one more question. This is the last, like, kind of serious question, I guess, before we get into kind of a little bit more joking. Is we've spoken at length of our life goals and dreams and shit, like all of us individually with each other. What type of men do we all hope to be, and what's one thing? So we've talked about what type of men we hope to be one day and what type of men we are now in this podcast today. What is one thing, let's end it on a high note, of what we think we fucking do right?
one thing, simply
Wow.
one thing.
Just one thing you think, like, as a man, you do right. The voice of an angel.
I legitimately think the one thing I do right is have 2 lines that you should never ever fucking cross. It doesn't matter who you are.
Okay.
Never fuck with a man, or never fuck with a woman, and never fuck with a child.
Yeah.
Judge, jury, and executioner. That moment.
So you think, like, that's your 2 fucking morals that you...
Yeah, if
Bro,
I,
Troy has these motivational quotes down, dude. We need
Yeah.
you to close every episode for us.
yeah, I have a whole notebook
Yeah,
full.
he's got, like, a
Yeah,
whole
you got to be the
No.
closer.
But like legitimately, like if I ever walk in public, and this isn't a tough guy story bullshit. Like if I ever see you hit a woman in public, I'm going insane.
Bug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Bug the fuck out.
Yeah,
dude.
like if I ever see you put your hands on a kid, or like a man following a fucking little girl into the bathroom, I'm definitely going to jail for murder. And that's just
Yeah.
how it should be. You know, this whole fucking bullshit nowadays of like, yeah, adults can love children and it's
No, the fuck
not a
you
thing.
cannot. No.
Go
no,
fuck yourself.
No, they fucking can't.
Dude, I
Go
tell
fuck
Lindsay
yourself.
all the
It's
time.
your
I
own.
tell Lindsay all the time, if someone puts a hand on her, dude, she's gonna meet me in prison. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, bro, on God.
On God.
On God.
On God.
Like, yeah, fuck. You
Yeah.
cannot love children.
But
unless they're your
to
niece
answer your question, Kane,
or your kid. Not like that.
Hey, fucking yo, Troy.
No, not like
Yeah,
that.
yo,
Not
bro.
like that. Like, I love
missed-
you. Like, you're my
Yeah,
blood.
no-
It
no
cut in
shit.
and out.
Like,
Fuck.
yeah,
Bro, I
I'm
know.
not-
It's
yeah.
okay. Oh, I'm out of here. All right, Travis,
answer your
TJ, what do
question,
you
though,
think?
I think that I have the mindset in whatever I do, I'm not gonna fail, and that I go 100% in everything, and you won't even catch me like doing 99%.
Not
Like, when I put-
99.99.
No, 100.
0.1.
All right, so what about you, TJ? What do you think?
I mean, I definitely fuck up a lot of things, you know,
Me too.
but I feel like I try to be her like peace, you know what I mean? Like, for lack of better words, like if she like, you know, she's having a really shit day and like she's super overwhelmed, if she can like text me and then try to give her some relaxation or calm or just mental, just a break from whatever day she's
sad.
having. So I'm just trying to be consistent and supportive, I guess.
Yeah.
Is probably what I try to do best.
Yeah. So the one thing I think I do right as like a man in my household, and this isn't like I'm not trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Like this isn't like a masculinity trip by any of us.
You
It's
trying to
like
macho man us? Is
just
this what
just
this
like
is?
you said, bro, is finding whenever Haley stresses like, babe, it's gonna be all right. Like being able to calm shit down and fucking
Exactly.
assessing it from fucking 20 feet back and being like, okay, I'm in this situation, but if I wasn't, what would I do? Like if you're going through shit, what am I doing in your situation? Like just assessing what's going on around me to better fucking prep myself to what's going on, I think is something
Yeah.
I do really well.
Definitely.
I think so
mean,
too.
And I'm like, hey, this is what I have going on, and you're like,
We try to be the best at
Yes.
everything, but
So what?
I said we try to be the best at everything, but I mean,
Yeah, but that just doesn't work out.
fuck no.
And that,
Fuck no, it doesn't.
and that's one thing I pride myself on is like I've always been that guy for like bosses, friends, whatever. Is the guy that, hey, what would you do here? Like what's going on? Like this is a situation. What would you do from an outsider? I think I do a really
Yeah.
good job at that. So getting off the hard hitting topics, we're already an hour in, and it's our first guest episode, so I don't really care. Like our guest episodes are going to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
The first light question, and this is for all of us,
Okay.
is if you could eat only one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, there's
Dude,
a gas
I need
station
to
near my
start
house.
getting these questions in advance.
You started this with, ooh, there's a gas station near my house.
Just hear me out. It's called Papa Rocks, and it has the most amazing little like 4-sliced pizza thing, and it is the most gangster pizza you'll ever eat in your life.
A gas station pizza.
Gas station pizza,
Is that what you
Wow.
guys said to me earlier when you guys were like, yeah, we had gas station pizza earlier?
absolutely.
Jesus Christ. The rest of your life, every meal, you're like, yeah, that's
gas
it.
station.
Okay, so
That's
so
the
let's
winner.
say you don't have to travel there, like you just always have it. What if you had to travel there every time? Like what if like it's something that you can't travel to get? You gotta have it, like it's grocery store, you gotta make it, whatever.
Oh, that's
I love beef stroganoff.
valid. That is, yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, I was about to say something, but yeah.
You're saying, oh man, see,
Like that's all you can eat the rest of your life. What are you eating, TJ?
chicken bacon ranch pizza, probably.
That's even worse than the fucking gas station pizza.
Yeah,
Nah,
something like that.
Nah. I mean, I don't know. Like for the rest, well, then you got to think of something versatile, like pancakes. You know what I mean? You got
Pancakes are not versatile.
Yeah, you can. You have them whenever
Yeah, they are.
whenever during the day.
Pancakes are not versatile. You can only eat them like one way.
I didn't mean like different types of pancakes. I
No,
meant, like-
pancakes. Like you're talking one thing.
oh, just a pancake. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if he's saying pancakes, you're
Wait,
eating
so I can't
pancakes.
oh shit! I can't put like butter or nothing, right?
Well, you can use like butter and condiments and shit, but like
Oh,
that you
then
can
yeah,
only
yeah.
fucking have it one way. Like if you're getting pizza, you're getting cheese pizza every time. Like just to clarify, it doesn't have to be homemade, but it has to be something you can obtain in your house. It's not like you can't travel to go get it every time.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's different. I mean, like you can't go to the fucking gas station, get 27 fucking pizzas, Troy.
In-N-Out Burger, I love you and will always love you.
They were
and
knocked out, I
probably
think, first round.
lasagna. If it's not something I can't go and get,
So
then
you can go
probably
get it.
lasagna.
But you can't go and get it every time. Like you can't just like go to a fucking fast food restaurant every time.
Okay, then yeah, lasagna. You know,
Lasagna, that's really
lasagna.
good.
Yeah,
That's solid. Travis, what about you?
I'm probably going fried chicken, dude. I love fried chicken.
whew. See, that's a tough pick for
I'm
me
not a big
personally.
fried chicken guy.
Nah, dude, I already eat fried chicken as much as possible every time I go somewhere, dude. Or like, me and Lindsay make fried chicken all the time, dude. I'm always eating it.
Dude, I
love
honestly
it.
like I think I would have to man, I couldn't do fried chicken. I
couldn't
could do
have
like
it.
chicken tenders.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, so we have this. I don't even know. She makes it. She literally like puts this fucking type of breading around chicken, and it gets crispy, dude. Like crispy chicken tenders. Yeah, dude.
Sounds gas. Not even gonna lie, dude.
I think if I had to choose one meal, it would either be like a cheeseburger, like a charcoal, like cooking on a charcoal grill. I fuck with cheeseburgers. Solid. It's an
Yes.
easy pick. But I think if I legitimately had to pick something, it would probably be like sloppy Joe mac and cheese. It's got your dairy.
Oh,
It's got your dairy. It's got your protein. It's got your carbs. It's got your three main shit.
I'm not a big fan of that.
No, homemade. That's not a question.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say like some hamburger helper.
No,
or
like
some
homemade.
shit, and I
Like
was
fucking, you take like boxed Velveeta mac and cheese, and then like the cup of fucking whatever the hamburger fucking or Sloppy Joe shit is. Put the hamburger in there. Fucking
Okay.
heaven.
Oh, you talking about the manwich?
Toxic, which is actually Brian. I don't know why I said toxic. Brian says he would be steak every time.
Steak.
Every time.
Totally fair.
I know everybody that's in chat. Yeah, pretty much. Everybody that ever comes in here and chats, I pretty much know. I'm going to take this time to interrupt the podcast to say, if you guys know anybody that wants to sponsor this podcast or the stream, guaranteed impressions. We can help you guys out. If you know anybody with a small business, please let us know. Our podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube every Wednesday at 5 a.m. Again, if you know of anyone with a small business or you have a small business yourself and you're looking for a little bit more exposure, please reach out to me on Facebook at Kane Wilder or on Twitter at Wilder42K. We'll help you guys out. I just want to say that because people are asking if what?
We should probably give our socials as well.
Yeah, go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
You can reach me at on Facebook at TJ Van Buren or Instagram at TJVB0423. Go ahead, Trav.
I zoned out for a minute. You can reach me on Facebook at Travis Frazier and Instagram. I don't really know what I have it to right now. I change it quite a bit. I'll let you guys know next time.
All right. Yeah, I just want to say that because Troy's been getting questions because he let people know he's on a podcast, so they wanted the link. Just wanted to say that because, again, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Under the 2 Kill Time podcast or TKT podcast, they both should come up under your first search. The next question that's kind of lighthearted for you guys is it's a 1v1 situation. So we've done 1v1 situations against many things before on this podcast. This one is a little bit different, okay? So this is your maximum 1v1. What I mean by that is it's the maximum you think you could take in any situation in a 1v1 environment. And we're going back. We're taking Rome Coliseum.
Deathmatch?
We're taking
Gotcha.
the Coliseum aspect as we always do.
10-4.
It's a 1v1. You versus any fictional character. Who do you think maximum you can take on? Troy, you're up first.
What do you mean fictional? Like animated?
It can be animated, a movie, like, it can't be a real figure. If it's a movie, it can't be like a biography or like a story. It's got to be like a legitimate thing, like Iron Man, fucking Captain America. Fictional. Can't be real. Can't be non-fiction.
Got you.
What was that game that Mortal Kombat? You remember Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
No
I'm
offense,
beating the
but
dog shit out of Scorpion.
Really?
Get over here, my ass. No, I'm
no
I'm
chance.
fucking up Scorpion.
No chance.
Me and you are gonna get along well, dude, because we simply don't lose.
We just don't lose.
I also just feel like I'm meaner than him. You know, like he has to put X-rays and shit to like look at the bones I'm breaking, and I'm just like, I just fucking kill you.
I like this guy.
Ruthless. TJ, what about you, buddy?
Jesus, I don't know. The Mortal Kombat's got me thinking. I think I would be fucked. Anyone in the Mortal Kombat universe, realistically, they got.
Yeah, I think anybody
superpowers
in
and
that's
shit.
kicking my ass.
Yeah, no, I'm smoked.
That's
But
hardcore.
I don't know, dude, because there's so many. Like the absolute max. Like that's tough.
Like,
it's so
because we
many
could say, like,
different-
oh, I could take Mickey Mouse any day of the week. Or, like,
yeah,
but I wouldn't
yeah.
take on Goofy. That motherfucker's 7 foot tall. Like,
No,
you know what I mean? Like, what's the
huge.
I'm
max?
goofy, bro. What?
No chance.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's probably agile as shit. He's like KD.
You think you could take on Bugs Bunny?
I could take down Bugs Bunny. It's a rabbit, dude.
Dude's got the IQ.
It don't matter, dude. He's fucking 2 foot tall.
Hold on. So I'm I don't know.
Like your
I don't-
maximum output.
Ooh.
He goes. I think legitimate. So like the way I always think of these, dude, is like, all right, what could I handle? So when we talked about like the 1v1 versus any animal, I like
Right.
ran through like a list. So like You think maximum? You're thinking for me, like Max is like Hulk. Can't take.
Yeah,
That's
can't-
what I was thinking.
I can't take Hulk. I can't take Thanos. I could
No.
probably take like Black Widow on like
Nah,
the
dude, I
Marvel
could-
scale.
I could fuck Spider-Man up.
Yeah, like same. I could probably be
See-
Spider-Man. Have you seen the game, dude? Like those robbers and shit, they ain't shit. I'm better than that. I'm smarter than that.
dude.
Okay.
Legitimately, like fictional character.
I-
I think if I go
Are you taking
animated,
down Batman.
Batman,
Can you take him down?
probably, dude. Like, I mean, as essentially Batman's just a fist fight. Batman's just a fist fight. He ain't got nothing special about him. He has no combat training. He's just got the fucking batarang thing, the grappling hook
hold-
in his
hold
fist.
on, though,
I can
'cause I
easily
think-
take fucking Batman.
I
Nah,
don't want to nerd. I don't want to nerd the fuck out right now. But Batman totally has combat training.
No, the fuck he does not, dude. I've
Yes,
never
he
once
fucking
seen.
does.
I have
He
never
does.
once seen
Yes, he
Batman go to fucking combat training or take martial
League of
arts. Not one
Assassins trained
episode.
this man.
Not one anything. I've never seen him training in my life.
All right, let's finish it off. My max is the Hulk. I'm not beating the Hulk, but anyone else put in front of me, dude, they're toast.
No
Toast.
way, dude. You're taking Iron Man, Captain America, the superhuman?
Well, now hang on, because you said if Batman doesn't have any of his tools, that means
No.
Iron
That's
Man
not what I
can't-
said. That's not what I said. I said all
is what you
Batman
said.
has is his batarang and his fucking shit. Like, he's got nothing special. What's so special about Batman?
All right, so if we're talking, if everyone has their fucking powers, dude.
Yes!
Rich.
I never
I'm
said
probably
Batman
max-
didn't have his powers because Batman doesn't fucking have powers, bro.
I feel like I'm max like Hawkeye. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's, and then
Bro, that
anything
motherfucker
above-
could dot you up with an arrow from fucking 6 light years away.
Okay, but
And
if
you're
we're-
taking
you know,
Hawkeye? He could
If I
fucking
get close enough, where he doesn't hit me,
no chance, dude.
you just said you could kick the shit out of Batman. Dude.
Batman's a fucking pussy, dude.
What do you mean?
Dude, Batman's arms are the size of you. You know what I mean?
No
dog? That dude's
fucking. I'm
jacked.
taking Batman
like
all day
6'4".
long. Like easy fucking hand-to-hand combat. Boom, kick to the fucking knee, uppercut to the fucking jaw. Bop, bop, bop. Fucking easy,
No.
easy.
But yo, the Joker would get fucked.
I'd fuck him up.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
you could fuck
That
up
little
any villain.
cocksucker. Bro, if the Joker's
villain?
smiling
No.
at me like
No, I
that, dude,
can't.
he's getting rocked.
I can't fuck up any villain. I feel like there's a lot of them that would kind of
Name one. Name one. No, that he doesn't count. He's a fucking
Bane.
titan.
Bane.
Easy.
No.
Which one though? Are we talking like live action, like
Live action easy.
comic,
Live
or
action
like
easy.
comic book? Because if it's the comic book, dude, he gets fucking like
Probably not comic book,
absolutely
but live
stupid
action easy. I'm
massive.
fucking up Bane.
Tom
Bane's
Hardy's
worse than
jacking.
Batman, and I think I can fuck up Batman. Obviously, I can fuck up Bane.
Bane fucked up Batman.
Bad. Broke his back, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he
fucking-
came back and kicked his ass.
That's fair. That's a valid point.
It's all about the comeback season, baby. We call this comeback campus. We fucking win those university, baby.
I really think
I think I beat the shit out of Robin,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Nightwing takes
yeah.
the tits
Oh,
out.
he can beat Scorpion,
Hold on,
but I
hold on,
can't
hold
beat
on.
fucking Batman.
You
Kane-
cannot beat Scorpion.
Kane, where-
Robin.
Hold on. Kane, where was this confidence?
I'd beat anybody just because I have a gun.
Like let's say you can
Well,
have
that's a
like
valid
anything you
point.
want in the fight.
Well, now it's a whole different ball game.
No,
We're
it's not.
changing
I
the
never said you
rules.
couldn't have weapons. I said 1v1 Roman style.
What
They had weapons
do
in
you
Rome.
have in that? There was no discretion.
You're telling me gladiators didn't have swords? Gladiators didn't have swords.
Okay,
But I do stand by 1v1 fisticuffs. I'm beating Batman.
Nah, bro, when you say 1v1, it's hand versus hand, dog.
No, that's not
Knuckle
true.
going.
That's not
what I
true.
think of,
That's not
though,
true at
is
all.
what I'm
Bro,
saying.
you're my
1v1
yeah, see
Roman
that?
style in the fucking Coliseum.
I didn't know it was tables,
They had
ladders, and
fucking, they had
chairs,
fucking
buddy.
swords and shit, dude. Yeah.
Dude, if I
Okay,
could
so
have every-
you give me a sword, you give Batman a sword, I'm fucking winning.
I'm dog shit and beating the shit out of Spartacus.
That's what I'm
No,
saying, dude.
because you're not trained with the fucking sword.
Neither is Batman. Batman has never once held a sword in his life. Not one time. You know how many times I've held a Nerf sword in my life? More
Have
than
you seen the
Batman.
Christian Bale trilogies, man?
More than Batman.
Hey, do y'all remember Ra's al Ghul when Batman had a train
Yes.
with Ra's al Ghul? He held
Hell,
a bow
had
staff
sword.
and a sword. So I
Had
just
both.
wanted to.
Bro, all I'm saying is,
Speaking
Kane,
of
where was this confidence when I was telling you about the duck-sized horse, buddy? We have
Do
that
you
shit.
realize how big a fucking duck-sized horse is, Travis?
Here we go. Here we
There's
go.
a difference
You're gonna take
between a
Batman?
6-foot-tall man and a 12-foot-tall duck, Travis.
But you're gonna take Batman?
Yes! Dude,
bro.
dude, think about how big. So we're talking the entire stature of a horse and a duck. You're talking a 12-foot-tall duck, and it's going to weigh fucking 2,000 pounds, and you think you could take
Ducks
it?
aren't shit though.
I can take a 6-foot-tall, 250 fucking Batman.
Batman is snapping you in half before you even realize what happened. The duck, as long as you don't get snatched
No,
up
dude.
by its
I don't
mouth,
think you
what's it
realize
gonna
the
do?
size of a horse-sized duck.
Oh no, but now I have weapons, remember? So what if I just fucking body this duck thing that we created?
I feel
Okay.
like this question
I-
has changed so much.
It hasn't,
where
dude.
we're at
I said
anymore.
Roman fucking style. He brought up his gun, and I said, okay, let's say you get weapons. It's a completely different question. It's not a changed question. It's a different question. You guys are taking it to the fucking extreme. I said hand-to-hand, 1v1, I'm beating fucking Batman. And I said, you give me a sword and you give him a sword,
No,
I'm still
wait.
beating fucking Batman.
Wait, so why are you able to beat Batman but you
Yeah.
can't beat a fucking duck?
Yeah, what's
I said I could beat a normal duck, Travis.
No, I know, but a horse size, bro, like just kill that motherfucker.
A horse-sized duck. Do you think you could beat... with weapons.
I just can't comprehend the confidence that you could just
Exactly.
whoop
With
Batman,
weapons, I
no
think I could
problem.
beat it. But if you're talking fucking fisticuffs, I am not beating a fucking horse-sized duck.
But you're
Okay, but
beating
Bat-
Batman?
Okay, but hold
Batman has no
The
powers. He
neck of
competes
this
with
horse-sized duck
Superman.
is still gonna be pretty sturdy, but it's also just a duck. So if you spear tackle it like a fucking quarterback,
Bro, a horse-sized duck is going to be like 2,000 pounds.
that's fine, bro. Just duck.
You're not fucking tackling a fucking 2,000-pound fucking duck.
No, I'm taming it
But you
and
could beat
training
Batman.
it to become mine. Like
Yeah,
a
like, what are you going to
Pokemon.
do? Fucking grab its neck and fucking be like, giddy up, it? Like, what, dude? Like,
Wait, wait, hold on. So you can't spear a duck, but
Horses
you can
are
kick Batman in the
domesticated.
knees?
So are ducks.
no, not like a horse, dude. You're not climbing on a duck. It's not happening.
And you said you're taking out Batman's knees.
Yeah, I said I was
can't
going to
take out
fucking
a duck?
karate,
Can I get some
karate kick
insight?
his fucking kneecap backwards.
And he's gonna catch your leg and
No, the
spin
fuck
you
he's
and
not,
throw you
dude.
into the
No, he's
wall,
not.
Dude. Yeah.
Especially if I have a sword.
Bro,
As soon as he picks up the sword,
sorry, dude.
man.
We need to move on to another question.
Yeah,
This
It's
is-
over, dude.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you think you could take fucking anything up to Hulk, and I'm just saying I can fight a fucking 6-foot-tall, 250-pound man. Easy.
Bro, you
think I
can't
could-
take a horse-sized duck, buddy.
I don't think they understand what the difference is between a 6-foot-tall, 250-pound man and a 12-foot-tall, 2,000-pound duck is, Troy.
And the duck's mouth is gonna be fucking giant.
Yeah, dude, it's the size of this fucking room.
It's pretty massive.
How big do you think a horse is?
Bro, a horse is at least fucking 8 foot tall. And they weigh a ton. Like at least 1,000 pounds.
See, I can't mentally comprehend the duck
I think
proportions.
you're
So
missing my
you're thinking the
point. My
back of the
point
duck is
is-
the same size as a horse. A horse, like to your height, is probably about here on the back of the fucking horse. The head is probably about fucking here. So you're talking like on your head standing. So you're talking a horse is probably 8 to 9 foot tall, maybe let's say 7. Let's say 7 to 8, and weighs fucking 800 pounds. You taking it? You just gonna spear that fucking duck?
try
No.
to.
I'm saying is, I have more confidence in that over taking fucking Batman,
I
dude.
think you also forget ducks have fucking wings. That wingspan is gonna be 20
does
fucking
bat.
feet.
Is Batman suited up?
That's what I'm
If
saying.
Batman's
Is it
suited up,
armor?
it's a different story. I didn't say that.
Okay, but Batman not suited up is not Batman.
It's just Bruce Wayne.
That's just
Okay,
Bruce Wayne.
so what I'm saying is, you give me a fucking sword, it's on site with fucking Batman in his suit. If
So
he
why
has
aren't
his
you
shit,
saying
it's
Bruce
on site.
Wayne? You should be saying Bruce Wayne because Batman is different than
I think
Bruce Wayne.
fuck it. I take Bruce fucking Batman in his suit. Fuck it.
Okay.
Easy. Easy.
What's the next question?
Bro,
I
Travis,
can't
hold
keep
up.
having
You
this
said you could
debate.
take anything under Hulk.
Yeah. What was up with that?
Oh,
You're
fuck
telling
you.
me
I'm just
could
saying I
like
could take fucking
Thor?
Batman.
Like Batman's realistic. It's at least possible.
You guys are attacking me. Let's attack Travis.
Okay.
Yo,
Yeah. Fuck
we
you,
all-
Travis.
Me, TJ, and Kane all said, well, I was thinking Hulk.
No. I said maximum like Hulk.
Max
like that
is
is
the
the
Hulk.
peak fucking
can't-
performance guy.
can't go
I
higher than that.
cannot come
That's
close
what I
to
was
that.
saying.
I am nowhere close to Hulk. No.
No.
Yo, Travis, you did say Spider-Man though, and he would fuck your shit up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If Batman is gonna be only Bruce Wayne, then I'm only fighting Tobey Maguire.
No, we started
Light
talking about
work.
different things. I
Toby's
said I
still
could
got
take
his
him
webs that
as
comes out of
fucking
him.
Bruce Wayne. I could take him as fucking Batman. I could take him 1v1 sword to sword combat. I said
I'm
I could fucking
beating
take Batman
Robin.
no matter what.
I'm beating Robin. I'm losing to Nightwing.
I'm
and
kicking
losing to
fucking
Batman.
Robin's ass. I'm fucking kicking Joker's ass. I'm kicking Harley Quinn's ass. It doesn't fucking matter. Harley Quinn, sorry. It doesn't matter. Hey, yo.
Anyone who doesn't like Batman has no idea what the fuck we've been talking about for 10 minutes.
Ridiculous, dude. All right, so we're going to wrap this up with Troy here because we've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes. We're going to get off this fucking fictional character thing.
They got heated.
So the last question we had for our next guest, and I hope you've been thinking about your question because you have to leave a question for a guest, a deep question. I sent you that. It was right there. It's been in the fucking thing the whole time. It's in the pictures I sent you. So the deep question we had for you and that we're going to answer
like,
as
oh,
well
shit.
is if you could have dinner with one person from any time in history, who would it be and why?
Abraham Lincoln,
Why?
because he wrote the Gettysburg Address.
That is not your answer.
Yeah, swear to God.
Okay, so elaborate.
Okay.
So, I'm obviously a huge patriot. It's just who I am. Nothing stands above this country more than anything. So, go back to a little bit of a serious thing is I understand the Gettysburg Address was written about the Civil War. Understood. But what he says in the Gettysburg Address is a reason why I would like to have a dinner with him. Same thing with the rest of the founding fathers. You know what I mean? What is your true image for the United States of America? Not this bullshit we're deciphering. No, like, tell me exactly what each and every single one of you wanted.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose somebody, I'd choose Abraham Lincoln because he wrote the Gettysburg Address.
That's a valid
It's pretty
pick.
dope. And like it goes back to like Dr. Parr and stuff. Like she was a big Abraham Lincoln fan.
How do we beat your answers? You know what I mean, dude?
Stop being a bitch, Travis. You're next.
Stop being a bitch. Now get ready. You're on deck.
That's tough.
You want me to fill in for you?
If I could have dinner with anyone,
Anyone from history one time.
yeah, fill in, dude. I don't have anything. I gotta
See,
think.
I have a couple, like I have two that I'm really debating back and forth on because I would absolutely love to have dinner with, I know this is not someone in history, I guess, but it's Sylvester Stallone, aka Rocky Balboa. That dude he doesn't know I even exist, but he has been a major influence for me. So I would just really want to sit down and talk to him because he's, been in the acting world for a long time, so he'd probably have a bunch of cool stories.
Mine would
that's
be
probably-
Kobe.
Kobe.
That was who my second one was going to be.
Why
actually.
Kobe?
Why Kobe?
Yeah.
Mamba mentality. Just never quits, and I feel like I have that mindset, but not to the extent that he did. And I think that's something that I'd really like to pick his brain about.
That's a good one. I think if I could have dinner with one person, like I have a couple that come to mind. Like the first one would be George Washington, just because
That'd be cool.
same
Yeah.
like you were thinking. That was the first person that came to mind. But I think in reality it would just be like probably like any pharaoh like from Egypt, or like Caesar from Greece, or
That'd be
like
cool.
maybe even Genghis Khan, because like
Alexander the Great.
yeah, dude, like the stories that they have and like their outlook on the world, and like you said, like with George Washington, like, bro, what are we supposed to be? Like, what are we supposed to be doing? Or like the last one. So I know I'm giving a ton, but these are like just these were the ones that came to my head. I didn't have a specific one. Would be myself from the future or myself from the past.
I dead ass thought about saying that, but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if that was.
That was the last
And
one
then-
that I thought of. Like, man, to like sit down and talk to myself when I'm 60, or like sit down and talk to myself when I'm like fucking 16. Be like, yo, bro, just wait. Like, I think that would be fucking wild. I just think that would be fucking insane.
Yeah, that would be crazy to be able to either reflect on what happened or tell your younger self how to fix your fuck ups.
Yeah, like, yo, you could be better than this. Like, do better.
Yeah.
So that brings us to our last little thing here is, Troy, you have to leave a question for the next guest and for us to answer. Keep in mind, like, it's supposed to be a deeper question, and also keep in mind it's my father. So, yeah, it's a high bar.
Actually, I googled a whole bunch
Yeah.
of deep questions just for this, and the reason why I said "ooh" is because I knew it was your father up next. What does spirituality mean to you?
Spirituality.
Yep, spirituality. What does that
Okay.
mean?
So obviously
so I
we
got some
answered that in
time.
the next episode. So that's a good one, I think, for my dad. I don't know how much meaning it'll have to him, but I think
I have
we'll
one
get
for your dad.
we'll get an interesting answer out of it. Other than that, I mean, our first guest is good to go. We had a good segment. If you guys want, so this is me asking you guys live. Do you guys want to record a second sports episode, or do you guys want to leave it here and and keep going? Like, what do you guys think? Let's decide live.
Okay.
No, I think this is a solid episode alone.
Yeah,
I
me
feel
too.
like we don't really need to squeeze
Maybe we-
sports in.
Maybe we do split up our sports into different episodes. I think that would be.
Okay, so then do you want to do sports like, so this is us discussing this, but we're going to do our sports in a second episode. So that'll bring us to the end of this one. We'd like to leave you guys with a positive quote to end the episode every week. We started this last week as well as the question. The positive quote I have for this week is Pineapple Energy. It's something that I built throughout stream, and I really want to use this early on because Pineapple Energy, what it stands for is positive energy always. Always surround yourself by positive people, surround yourself with positive vibes, and surround yourself in a positive environment, because there's two things that positivity does. Positivity breeds success, and positivity breeds more positivity. With those three things, you can succeed at all things you do in life. And just remember, pineapple energy forever, and always stay positive, guys. I hope you guys have a great night, great evening, whatever time of day it is. Please enjoy whatever time you're listening to this, and please leave a review if you haven't already. You guys have a good night.